The autobahns were a distant memory, but we were about to enter an even more dangerous situation: Italian motorways. We didn't want to write the jazz off just yet. Plus, to match the speed of the Italians and traverse these roads unscathed, we would need some supplies.
See you later, Mum.
So we pulled over at a popular sports shop and got searching.
If we go in and drive, it's going to go well, but you're not going to get the key. Oh, so hot. Oh, God. Oh. Move out.
The next country we'd be entering after Italy would be Slovenia, meaning it would be time to invest in a road tax vignette, if we could figure out what one was.
It's just a little card. Oh, I didn't know if it sticked on. Yeah, last time I stick on the windscreen. Oh, George, you want to grab it? So you stick on the windscreen. We all warned for asking. Yeah, let's stick it. Oh, George, do you want to stick it on? Nah, just open the window. So one of you two want to read the instructions?
No, it's English. Alright. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like... Now, we're on the point, George! We're on a toll road, so we're going to need someone to pay. George, where's that car ticket you picked up earlier? Oh, George.
George. Oh, George.
George.
That's not that.
George, where is it?
George, where is it? Have you got it? What do you mean? I haven't done
George,
it. Card that you...
Card that you pulled out earlier.
I didn't pull it out earlier.
Yeah, you did. You pulled it out of the machine.
Pulled it out of the machine and you must have put it somewhere. I have no idea. Where did you put it? Open the window, just so you know.
Open the window. Where did you put it, George?
Is it there?
Is that it? Does it look like that?
I don't know. It's not. Is it thicker?
Is that it?
No. I can't say message. I have no idea.
George, what have you done with it? It must be there
Can't
somewhere.
actually do something with it.
Sorry. He's lost it. George, are you found it? Is it in your pocket?
I'm not touching it. What's that?
There. That's the receipt.
We got out of the car.
We didn't get out of the car. We haven't left the car.
I've got a scary feeling it's actually in here. I don't know why. Is it there? Is it there?
No, it's not. Keep looking. Is that it? No.
There.
Is that it?
And that's leaving the thing, isn't it?
That's it.
Is that it? Is it?
Don't drop it. Okay, George, where's the thing on that you had, the pink thing that you were stuck in the windscreen?
Just go. I've got it somewhere.
George, where's the thing that you got your window, George? We don't want to go out the window.
Thing and lost another now.
Oh,
in the ship. God. In the ship back.
We're going to be arrested.
That's the ticket for the train in Brussels. Why have you still got that?
Our halfway stop of the day was Venice, situated on 118 islands separated by canals and connected by 400 bridges. It is one of the most famous locations in Europe, and on this occasion, it was also one of the hottest. It's worth a visit to see all the free sights it has to offer. However, the popularity of most of its attractions increased the prices immensely. The heat was absolutely unbearable, but a few hours was enough to sample what the city is about. Amazingly, we didn't even manage to get too lost, and we found our way back to the car after lunch. Our next stop would be Portorož, Slovenia. But before we could get there, the heat seemed to have some delusional effects. On the road, we had the opportunity to reminisce about James's time in Germany.
Oh god! I've seen like similar fights where like no one really wants to fight, but they're just sort of having a go. from sort of secondary school, we're like in this part in the field. And I think I've already told the story that these chavs on roids infiltrated the party. And we...
Chavs on what?
Chavs on steroids, they seemed. Well, at least two of them, because they're like really bulky, but not that tall.
How old were you at the time?
I was like 16.
Fair.
Getting towards like 17. Near the end of year 11, but one of our friends changed the music, so it was quite stale. So like, he'd gone some, you know the guy that does the Hey Ya by the... Outcast, yeah, he got on Hey Ya. And then they were just summoned to Fury mode or something, weren't they? And then it was just like pathetic fight with my mate. One of our friends,
I'm so confused what's going on in this story.
The guy who changed the music,
Your mate changed the music?
stood there and he took, by this tree, and he took a full-on strike, like you did, no, like James did actually, and that German guy, he actually like eased his leg and just, it was perpendicular to his like abdomen, and just slapped him like that, and he went ah, he collapsed on his knees to the floor like a Hollywood movie, and then I found out that I thought, what the fuck?
It was
kind of funny, like he was like always exaggerating, like the player's like ah, like it was even hell. And then one of my friends, like there was like three of us in this field, sort of parallel, slightly sort of backwards to each other, sort of like a staggered line, like fighting like some sort of movie. I got chased by this really hench guy, so like paced away from him. I just remember one of my friends going to punch this guy in the face, and then as soon as he did it, he was like ah, with his hand.
Okay, did you get that story?
No.
I'm sure the story was great. It was just the storytelling.
It was, yeah.
So fragmented. I think it might have been the 8.5% beer you had at lunchtime.
We'll tell you that story about his 8.6. I actually am sat on the vignette.
Okay, stick it in the windmill, George.
Right.
We ate pizza and then skinny dip with a complete stranger. So we've just made it to Portoroz in Slovenia. It's been absolutely amazing so far. We've seen some incredible things across Europe. And I think if I had to give one thing that we've learnt so far on our trip, it's that the UK is a hole in comparison. La conoche. Cruising along the Adriatic coast brought the most amazing views of the trip so far. The vast expanse of natural colours would be an absolute sin to miss. If the gorgeous surroundings couldn't take my breath away, then George inserting his German, Portuguese, Luxembourgish sausage into my windpipe certainly would. As I unknowingly experienced this traumatic event, we crossed from Slovenia into our final country on the outbound journey, Croatia. Our first stop in this remarkable region was Krka National Park, home of some stunning waterfalls and streams. In fact, the water was so fresh and reflective, it was like looking into a mirror. This attraction has been conning tourists out of their hard-earned cash since 1985 when it became a national park. But it contained ruined forts dating back to Roman times. But we'd seen enough history and arrogant Italians on our road trip so far. What we really came for was the waterfalls. Because Krka is so monumentally expensive to visit, we had to make the most of it, and thus it was getting dark by the time we got to our destination in Split. Since we'd be revisiting the city on our return journey, albeit minus our current companions, not least forgetting our favourites from Xanadu, we decided to get some rest ahead of our last stretch to Dubrovnik. The end was in sight, for those of us who still had it. Tomorrow we would step foot in our most easterly destination, where no 2003 Honda Jazz dressed as a dragon had been before. Laku Nosh.